Hello everyone. No matter how bustling Singapore is today, it still can't compare to the vibrant atmosphere of Bangkok. However, Manila, the capital of the Philippines, is still known for its incredibly unique characteristics. It is a harmonious blend of traditional beauty and modern flair. Manila never fails to offer unique and surprising experiences to international travelers. Renowned for its bustling shopping centers and vibrant nightlife entertainment spots, Manila is the perfect stopover for travelers wanting to explore the Philippines. If you love a lively, bustling atmosphere or a true shopping enthusiast, this is a destination you can't miss. In addition to its cultural and economic strengths, Manila has also achieved significant accomplishments in the fields of education and healthcare. This city boasts many prestigious universities along with a modern healthcare system. Every year, thousands of maritime and nursing students graduate. These young people later all decided to study abroad to further their education and seek stable job opportunities. In reality, the Filipino overseas worker community is an incredibly valuable resource, because the remittances they send back have made a positive contribution to the national economy. At the same time, it helps improve poverty conditions. Video. Overview of the capital city Manila. On the map, this city is located on the eastern shore of Manila Bay, on the island of Luzon, and borders the cities of Navotas, Caloocan, Quezon, San Juan, Mandaluyong, Makati, and Pasay in that order. Currently, Manila is one of the most populous and fastest-growing cities in Southeast Asia. With an area of 42.34 square kilometers, this region has a population of approximately 1,850,000 people. This place has a population density of up to 43,693 people per square kilometer, currently the highest figure in the world to date. This figure is 10 times higher than the population density of Ho Chi Minh City, which stands at only 4,375 people per square kilometer. With a population density of 2,530 people per square kilometer, Hanoi, Vietnam's capital, has a population density approximately 17.2 times higher than this figure. Manila is not only the economic and cultural hub of the Philippines but also a destination that attracts a large number of people from across the country to live, study, and work. There is another group of foreigners, mostly Chinese and Spanish. The official language in the capital is Filipino, which is based on Tagalog, a local language. Additionally, English is also widely used as a second language in this city. Additionally, Chinese is widely used by the ethnic Chinese community and is taught in many schools. Today, the Manila area has been mentioned in records dating back to the 10th century. Afterward, this land became part of the Majapahit Empire, then was conquered by the Brunei Kingdom in the 15th century. When the Spanish arrived in Southeast Asia in the first half of the 16th century, they began colonizing the Philippine archipelago, and swiftly turned Manila into the operational hub of the Spanish Empire in the Far East. This city is also one of the starting points of the famous Manila-Acapulco trade route, the connection between Europe, America, and the Southeast Asia region. Therefore, the Philippines was once under the rule of the Spanish Viceroyalty. Headquartered in Mexico City, the traditional singing of the Spanish people was interrupted throughout the 7 Years' War, when the British occupied Manila from 1762 to 1764. Afterward, the British withdrew their troops under the terms of the 1763 Treaty of Paris. Nearly 60 years later, Mexico gained independence in 1821, an event that forced the Spanish to relinquish control of the Philippines. During this period, Manila was considered one of the world's earliest global cities, thanks to a vast trade network spanning the entire Pacific, helping connect Asia and America during the Spanish colonial period. After the war between Spain and the United States in 1898, the Philippines then became a colony of the United States. The Americans made significant contributions to Manila's urban planning. This city has undergone significant transformations, from its infrastructure to its education system. The Americans built countless schools, hospitals, and other vital public facilities. During World War II, the Japanese army occupied this city on January 2, 1942. And more than 3 years later, the U.S.-Philippine Allied forces recaptured the city after a bloody battle. The event took place from February 3 to March 3, 1945. After many years of brutal war, most of the structures built by the Americans in Manila had been completely destroyed. After the Philippines declared independence in 1946, Manila retained its status as the nation's capital. On November 1, 1975, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos signed a decree establishing the expanded metropolitan Manila area, expanding development opportunities for the nation's key economic region. Specifically, the Manila metropolitan area, also known as the National Capital Region or Metro Manila. This is the collective name for an area comprising the capital Manila and its 16 surrounding satellite cities, namely, Caloocan, Valenzuela, Quezon, Marikina, Malabon, Navotas, San Juan, Mandaluyong, Pasig, Makati, Pasay, Taguig, Parañaque, Las Piñas, Muntinlupa, and the municipality of Pateros. Originally, this vast area was collectively referred to as the capital Manila, but the cities within the region disagreed with that designation. From then on, the name Metro Manila was proposed as an alternative and has been used since the 1980s up to the present. Currently, Metro Manila covers an area of 636 square kilometers with a population of approximately 13,485,000 people according to 2020 statistics. Here is the most densely populated area in the Philippines, ranking among the top 11 most populous urban areas in Asia and 17th worldwide. Although located within the Metro Manila region, administratively, the city of Manila is an independent unit directly under the central government. Currently, the city of Manila is divided into 16 districts. However, these districts were primarily established for administrative management purposes, so there are no officials elected specifically for each district. Overall, the 17 cities and municipalities within Metro Manila mostly have distinct primary functions. Manila is a prime example of a political diplomatic city, as it houses the headquarters of two key branches of power, the executive and the judiciary, under the central government. Makati is a key financial hub, while Quezon is renowned as an education and science city due to the presence of many top universities in the Philippines. It is the leading economic hub of the country, thanks to being home to the high-tech Silicon Valley. S economy is one of the primary drivers of development in the Philippines, contributing significantly to the country. The Philippine economy has experienced robust growth since 2010, but in recent years, signs of slowdown have emerged, primarily due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. By 2022, the country's GDP reached $404.28 billion, with the capital region of Manila remaining the economic center. Economy, with a GDP of $192.6 billion, accounting for approximately 47.6% of the country. In 2022, Vietnam's GDP reached $406.45 billion United States dollars, with the Southeast region making a significant contribution. This refers to the area comprising Ho Chi Minh City and 5 provinces, Ba Ria, Vung Tau, Dong Nai, Binh Phuoc, Binh Duong, and Tay Ninh. And this province contributes $126.23 billion, accounting for approximately 30.8% of the country's GDP. It is evident that the Philippine economy is primarily concentrated in the capital Manila and its surrounding satellite cities. While other areas remain underdeveloped, this is also why people from all over flock to the capital in search of job opportunities. The population explosion in Manila has led to a series of severe consequences. Due to the focus on developing the capital region, Filipinos often compare Manila to a concrete jungle growing at a dizzying pace. This is one of the wealthiest cities in Southeast Asia, and this is also the most important commercial, industrial, political, and social hub of the Philippines. The economic boom in Manila has led to the emergence of numerous luxury hotels, bars, and restaurants. And residential buildings sprang up densely, popping up like mushrooms after rain around the capital area. Here are the natural English translations for your Vietnamese text, depending on context and tone. Manila ranks third in the region with 623 high-rise buildings. The Grand Hyatt Manila complex is the tallest building, reaching a height of 318 meters. Ho Chi Minh City ranks 7th in the region with a total building height of 248 meters. Landmark 81 is the tallest building with a height of up to 461.2 meters. Currently, this is the second tallest building in Southeast Asia, ranking just below Merdeka 118. Located in the capital city of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, it is noticeable that the number of high-rise buildings in Manila is increasing faster than in Ho Chi Minh City. Here is the most vivid proof of the city's remarkable economic growth and modern scale. Currently, Manila boasts a diverse factory system specializing in manufacturing products across various industrial sectors, such as chemicals, textiles, and electronics. Additionally, this is also a processing center for food, beverages, and tobacco. Local businesses continue processing ripe goods to meet export demand. The main items include ropes, sawn timber, refined sugar, and coconut oil. The food processing industry is currently one of the most important manufacturing sectors. This is the most stable area in the city. The capital of the Philippines also stands out for its strength in the field of commerce. Manila Port is located on both banks of the Pasig River, as one of the largest seaports in Southeast Asia and the world. Currently, this area is divided into three main parts, including the South Port Area, the Corn Port Area, and the International Port Area. In 2021, the volume of goods handled at the port reached 4.98 million tons. For comparison, in the same year, Haiphong Port handled 5.7 million tons of cargo. Saigon Port handles up to 8 million TEUs, 20-foot equivalent units, and ranks among the top 30 largest seaports in the world. When it comes to shopping, Southeast Asia is always the first destination that comes to mind for many people. When it comes to these destinations, people often immediately think of Thailand, Singapore, or Malaysia. However, the Philippines is also a shopping paradise for enthusiasts. In Manila alone, there are dozens of markets and shopping centers. Among them are many locations ranked among the world's largest. A prime example is the SMO of Asia shopping mall. This is the 10th largest shopping mall in the world and the largest in the Philippines. Additionally, Shangri-La Plaza is a renowned upscale shopping mall in Manila. Divisoria Market, a bustling open-air market famous for its clothing items. Here, visitors can freely choose products and easily bargain with local sellers. The city of Manila is also recognized by the Globalization in World Cities Study Group and Network, GAWC. This city is recognized as a Tier 3 urban area globally, when there are numerous scientific research, educational, and sports institutions, along with other important cultural and historical landmarks. Currently, tourism is one of the key economic sectors of the city. Every year, this place attracts over 1 million tourist visits. To the west of Manila City lies the world's oldest flower district. Here are the natural English translations. Established in 1594, currently, this neighborhood borders the districts of San Nicolas, Santa Cruz, and Tondo in succession. One of the most famous destinations here is Binondo Church, also known as the Minor Basilica. This church began construction in 1596 to serve the community of Catholic flower growers living in the Philippines. Additionally, you can visit the Wa Craft Street Museum to discover more fascinating things. Take visitors on a journey back in time. The Flower Market District in Manila is considered the first financial center of the Philippines. This is clearly reflected in the thriving business activities here. In the museum, visitors also have the chance to explore the formation process of the historic Flower Craft District and the role of this place in Philippine history. Like other flower craft neighborhoods, here are the translations based on your options. The most famous temple in this area is the Nguyen Tu. This place is regarded as the most important religious center for the Chinese Filipino community. Besides Binondo Church and the temples, other attractions in Manila's Flower District also draw the interest of visitors. Escoza Street is a historic financial district, and this is also one of the oldest streets in the capital city of Manila, famous for its unique culinary districts. Shops selling Lucky Charms, herbal medicine, and ritual offerings. Right next to the Binondo Flower District, Manila is also known for its famous historic district, Intramuros. For history enthusiasts, this is definitely a must-visit destination. Since Intramuros is a structure deeply imbued with European architecture, it stands right in the heart of a Southeast Asian country. Long ago, the Spanish built this fortress right on the banks of the Pasig River to prevent retaliatory attacks from the local population, as well as dealing with threats from pirates and other European nations. The ancient district of Intramuros is surrounded by sturdy fortress walls, the buildings for the Spanish colonial government, and auxiliary structures. Surrounding the building is a network of tunnels and sturdy fortresses. However, after the years of war and chaos, almost the entire Intramuros walled city was completely destroyed, and in 1979, it was restored. Notably, this is also the location of San Agustin Church, one of the oldest architectural structures in the city of Manila. This structure is named after Saint Augustine, and my father was a theologian and philosopher of great influence in Christianity as well as Western philosophy. After nearly 40 years of construction, this project was finally completed in 1607, and became an architectural model for many churches built afterward, despite having endured many major upheavals in fierce battles, as if ravaged by war. Yet, the church still stood tall, like an unshakable monument, and become a source of pride not only for the people of Manila but also for the entire Filipino community. With its exceptional historical value and the unique blend of Gothic architectural elements, with the distinctive style of the Renaissance period, the San Agustin Church was honored by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1993. Infrastructure. In the field of irrigation, this area stands out with the Manila Urban Flood Management Project. This project was carried out by the World Bank and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. AIIB co-finances, worth up to $500 million. According to the VI agreement signed on December 19, 2017, each party will provide the Philippines with an equal amount of money, valued at $207.6 million. The remaining capital will be contributed by the Philippine government. This project is also considered one of AIIB's pioneering activities in the Southeast Asia region. In the Infrastructure Upgrade Cooperation Program between the Philippine government and China, Department of Public Works and Highways of the Philippines and the Manila Urban Development Authority, we will implement the project, thanks to the close coordination between local authorities and relevant agencies. The construction began in the first quarter of 2018, and is expected to be completed in 2024. Floods, especially during the rainy and stormy season lasting from June to October each year. This is a common issue in urban areas of Manila. This area includes the capital Manila and its surrounding regions. They cause street flooding, worsening traffic congestion. At the same time, it has also severely impacted the daily lives and work of the people. Therefore, the most important goal of the project is to upgrade the modern drainage system and cause traffic congestion, minimize the direct disposal of solid waste into the drainage system, housing planning and resettlement arrangement. This project will focus on upgrading and modernizing 36 existing pumping stations. At the same time, construct 20 additional new pumping stations, upgrade several related infrastructure components, particularly the drainage system. At the same time, it is necessary to build more resettlement areas along urban centers. The cities are Manila, Pasay, Taguig, Makati, Malabon, and Valenzuela. Many pumping stations currently in use were built as far back as 1977, and efficiency has declined. Therefore, modernizing them has become one of the project's top priorities. Currently, the capital city of Manila is making well-planned investments in its transportation system. Currently, Ninoy Aquino International Airport is one of the most important and largest airports in the Philippines. This structure is primarily designed to accommodate the travel needs of two passengers, as well as goods from the capital Manila and surrounding areas. This is one of the most beautiful areas of the French Quarter, and perhaps one of the most beautiful areas of the French Quarter. Currently, Ninoy Aquino International Airport has 2 runways. The pier lengths are 3.737 meters and 2.258 meters respectively. Moreover, the previous Philippine government had proposed an ambitious plan, constructing an international airport in the Lake Point area. This area is worth up to $10 billion and is located south of the capital, Manila. This is one of the largest scale projects involving China during President Duterte's term. Accordingly, this structure was built to serve the transportation needs of 2 passengers. And this is perhaps one of the most stunning areas in the Philippines. Not stopping there, the Philippine government is also nurturing an ambitious plan to build an international airport in the Lake Point area. The project, with a total value of up to $10 billion, is located south of the capital Manila. This is one of the largest scale projects involving China implemented during President Duterte's term. Accordingly, China Construction Communications Company and the Philippines Macro Asia Corp have entered into a partnership. The company won the bid for the airport construction project at Lake Point in 2019. This energy injection project was cancelled because the 2 involved companies failed to comply with their initial commitments. China Construction Communications Corporation is one of China's leading enterprises, blacklisted by the US since August 2020, because it involves illegal construction and militarization activities on artificial islands in the South China Sea. The Manila city government announced the termination of the agreement with the company. It has nothing to do with the US blacklist. Currently, only a small number of China-funded transportation projects have been put into operation. That is the Binondo Intramuros Bridge, with a total value of over $60 million spanning the Pasig River. To alleviate traffic congestion and noise in this area, this project was initially scheduled to commence construction in 2020. However, the project had to be temporarily postponed due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. As late as April 2022, the Philippine government was finally able to inaugurate the Binondo Intramuros Bridge. This is a 4-lane arch bridge with a total length of 680 meters, and connecting the Nagui-Wa, Binondo neighborhood with the Intramuros Old Quarter. An estimated 30,000 vehicles will pass through this structure daily. Despite being the first country in Southeast Asia, a light urban rail transit system has been constructed. The capital of the Philippines is gradually falling behind Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia in this competition. The Manila Light Rail Transit System, commonly referred to as the LRT. This is an urban railway system primarily serving the Metro Manila area. The 37.24 kilometers urban light rail transit (LRT) line primarily runs on elevated tracks. Consists of 2 routes and 31 chickens. Line 1, also known as the Green Line, is the LRT-1 light rail line. Inaugurated in 1984 and running in a north-south direction. Line 2, also known as the Blue Line, is the LRT-2 light rail line. The passage was completed in 2004 and runs east-west. Additionally, the MRT-3 subway system has been in operation since 1999. This section of the road is 16.9 kilometers long. The LRT-1 and LRT-2 lines, managed by the government, are often criticized for being slow and outdated. In terms of quality, MRT-3 is owned by a private corporation and is rated higher. Just finished, and already facing overload. Located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, Manila frequently faces relentless natural disasters. This area frequently experiences earthquakes and is battered by fierce storms. Every year, an estimated 20 storms and tropical depressions hit the Philippines. That's not even counting incidents like earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. These earthquakes have caused severe consequences, heavily impacting people's lives, and severely impact the economic development of Manila as well as the entire Philippines. Manila, one of the most densely populated cities in the world. However, this is also where the wealth gap is most evident. This city boasts countless skyscrapers and modern shopping centers, no less impressive than Singapore or other advanced countries in the world. Manila is a city of stark wealth disparity, where many live in affluence but just as many struggle with hardship and uncertainty. Considered a promised land, the city attracts many rural residents flocking in with hopes of a better life. But most couldn't find work, so poverty clung to them relentlessly. In the bustling heart of the Philippine capital, Manila, this is precisely what sets it apart. Countless impoverished, ramshackle slums still exist, carrying the latent risk of eruption at any moment. According to the report, Manila recorded approximately 2,200 theft cases in 2018. Most thefts occur in the city's slums. There, the houses are made of plywood, with a tangled web of white electrical wires sprawling everywhere. Some residents still have to live precariously under bridges or along drainage canals. These unauthorized residential areas have obstructed the natural water flow, making flooding increasingly severe. In a country frequently hit by earthquakes and storms, even slums began sprouting up in city cemeteries as early as the 1950s. Generations of families have made Manila North their home over the years. The largest and oldest cemetery in Manila, an estimated 6,000 people from 800 households are currently living in this 54-hectare area, along with 1 million deceased buried here. Additionally, Manila is also grappling with the severe consequences caused by its population boom. Not only does it worsen poverty and unemployment, at the same time, it also leads to issues such as drug abuse and rising crime rates. And the population crisis in Manila shows no sign of ending. The research focuses on the wealth gap and the reality of widespread homelessness in Manila. Mr. Kareem Raslan, a leading expert on ASEAN, stated that the main reason for the rapid population growth rate is the Philippine economy is still not strong enough to generate sufficient jobs for all its citizens to work abroad, earn money, and send it back home to support the family. Therefore, the Philippine economy has recently been significantly impacted by remittance inflows. To maintain stable growth, one of the other pressing issues in Manila is the problem of traffic congestion. The streets of the Philippines' capital are always bustling and crowded with all kinds of vehicles. Especially worth mentioning are cars, because the price of automobiles here is very cheap. Therefore, instead of using other means of transportation, people prioritize choosing cars. This has made Manila notoriously famous for its traffic congestion. Long lines of vehicles stuck in traffic for hours on end have become an all too familiar sight for the locals here. Even worse, it has cost many patients their very lives. People who died unjustly simply because the ambulance couldn't reach the hospital in time. The severe traffic congestion in Manila is also one of the reasons why the former president, Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, is considering a plan to relocate the country's capital to a new location. However, this could not be carried out as Mr. Duterte had already ended his term. Here is some basic information about the capital city of Manila, Philippines. Hello everyone, and see you all in the upcoming videos.